I made my son Robert gluten-free monster cookies. And now I'm gonna give you that recipe and we're gonna make 2 more batches together. I already made 2 batches of these gluten-free monster cookies for my son Robert. He came in yesterday and he's like, Mom, I have been getting monster cookies from the gas station like every single day. And I said, you know, honey, I have a really good recipe. I can make you them and then you can stop spending the money. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do that. So I already made 2 batches. And then so 2 batches, because you wanna make them big, right? Because they're called monster. And so 2 batches will give you 35 cookies. So I'm gonna be making another 2 batches. These are gonna go over to my son Robert. Not all 35, I do have a couple over there. But these are gonna go to my son Robert and then I'm gonna make some here for the house. So let's get going on this yummy recipe. And let me tell you, I tried one. Amazing, amazing. Let's get going on these cookies. So I came downstairs this morning and I had my hair like, you know, all cute. My husband's like, uh-oh, something big's happening today. I go, what do you mean? He goes, okay, what are you making? You're making something big because you got your cute hair on. I was like, that's so sweet. So we're gonna start, I have 1/2 cup of butter and 1/2 cup of shortening in my bowl. We're gonna cream together. Now 1/2 cup is 1 stick. So 2 sticks of butter is 1 cup. You're gonna wanna soften, make sure the butter's softened. And so now we're gonna beat it. You're gonna wanna beat it probably for maybe 1 to 2 minutes because you really want the butter like really nice and fluffy. Well, we're not gonna do this one for 1 to 2 minutes. We're gonna cream this and then once we add the sugars, we're gonna beat it a little longer. So just cream your butter. Now that that's mixed well, we're gonna add our brown sugar. So it is 1 cup of packed brown sugar. And then you're gonna beat this for about 1 to 2 minutes because you want it to be light and nice and airy because that's what keeps your cookies like kind of high. And so, turn this down a little bit. So we're gonna cream this for about 1 to 2 minutes and then come back and we're gonna add the eggs and the vanilla and then the peanut butter. The butter sugar mixture is all done. And so just to give you a little tip, when you're baking, so when you use butter, butter makes them spread out a little bit and makes them crispy. But when you use shortening, shortening makes them fluffier. And so when they bake tall. And so that's why I like to mix sugar or mix butter and shortening because butter has a lot more flavor, but butter has a little bit of water in it. And so that's why your cookies kind of spread out a little bit. And so shortening, and plus shortening is non-dairy, but I do like to mix the 2 of them because I want my cookies to spread, but yet I want them kind of thick. Like I like them nice and airy a little bit. So that's the differences between using butter and shortening. So now we're gonna add our 3 eggs and then our tablespoon of vanilla. I have Jazz Christmas on in the background. It's just like so calming. I don't know, I really like it. We're gonna mix these eggs in and make sure you mix really good in the bottom of your bowl. Now it's time to add the peanut butter. So it's 1.5 cups of peanut butter. You can use creamy or you can use, if you wanna use crunchy, you can also. But be careful when you use your peanut butter. You wanna make sure that you don't use natural because natural peanut butter doesn't have as much moisture and stuff in it because they're trying to take out all like the stuff we probably shouldn't be eating anyway. So you do wanna use just a regular peanut butter because you don't want your cookies to dry out. And adding a lot of oatmeal and stuff, they kind of will dry out because oatmeal takes on moisture. So use just a regular peanut butter. So we're gonna mix this in and then when we're done with this, our next step is we're gonna be adding the cooking oats, the baking soda, the salt, and then we're gonna add all of our like super yummy. I think the star of the show of monster cookies is definitely the peanut butter and then all the little yummy stuff you add to it. I mean, yeah, the oatmeal's good too. But I don't know, me and my son Robert, we are peanut butter junkies. Like we love peanut butter so much. Like I told my kids, I told my kids, I said, when I die, I would like a peanut butter funeral. No lie. I have a whole menu. Peanut butter cookies, peanut butter chicken, like I want a peanut butter theme. That's how much I love peanut butter. And I grew up on peanut butter and grape jelly. You know, like that really disgusting grape jelly that was probably not good for you. We couldn't afford jam. Jam was too expensive. So in the summer, my mom would make some jam, but it didn't last long, but we savored it because, you know, it's seasonal. But we had the good old grape jam and peanut butter. No name peanut butter. That's what I grew up on. Okay, that looks wonderful. Look at that. Oh my goodness. And it smells so good. Now it's time to add my 4.5 cups of oats, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, and then 1 teaspoon or a half a teaspoon of salt. And I'm gonna do this first. All right. We'll put our baking soda over there and our salt. I keep forgetting because I double everything, so I want to give you guys a recipe for 1 batch. But 2 batches will make you 36 cookies. So I actually mixed old-fashioned oats and quick oats together. I like the texture of both. I like that the quick oats kind of blends a little easier when you cook with liquids and stuff. But then I like the crunchiness and like the nutty crunchiness of the oatmeal, the old-fashioned oats. So I like to use both. I even use both in my oatmeal cookies. All right, looks so good. So I really, sometimes I'll be cooking, and if I'm in a hurry, my stuff doesn't turn out right. But when I really take my time and just kind of relax and breathe, my stuff comes out really better. So when you do this oatmeal, you don't want to burn out your mixer. So start in one section, and when that section is mixed, just move your bowl over and then grab a little bit more of that product. And then once it's all mixed, it'll be easier to completely mix it all together. I've went through many mixers. And then make sure you get the bottom. That always gets left behind. There we go. The first batch turned out absolutely amazing. So when you cook them, you're gonna wanna let them sit on the pan probably for a good 5 to 10 minutes because they have to set. If they don't set, when you pick them up, they'll break apart. And so when you put them on the counter to cool, I would actually leave them on the counter for probably a good 25 minutes because you need the oatmeal and the peanut butter and all that to set, because monster cookies can become crumbly very, very easy. All right, that looks great. Okay. Whew, that's an arm workout. So now I have 1 cup of mini semi-sweet chocolate chips. Chocolate chips going everywhere. And then I have 1 cup of cinnamon mini chocolate chips. You want to use the minis because you don't have flour in this, and it's not going to really stay together like if you're making traditional cookies. And so you want to try and I also have 1/2 cup of, it's a peanut butter semi-sweet mix. You want to use minis, and then just like maybe a 1/2 cup of the regular, because you want it to stick together. And if you add too much stuff to it, it looks like I missed some here, then the cookies won't like stay together either. And then it is 1 cup of mini M&Ms. Man, I got the best deal when I went to Shipshawana on these mini M&Ms. And I'm not gonna use my mixer, oh, it looks like I got some more here. I'm not gonna use my hand mixer because it's just not gonna work. So I just spray my hands, spray your hands, oil them really good, oil them really good, and then just mix away. And just do the same thing, 1 section at a time. And you're gonna wanna oil your hands because peanut butter, isn't peanut butter the worst? Like, I love peanut butter, but it is the worst for cleaning. I mean, peanut butter is so hard to get off stuff. Oh my goodness, crazy. I love mini M&Ms. You know, it's really weird. So I don't know if they make mini M&Ms different, but I don't like regular M&Ms, but I like mini M&Ms. I don't know if it's, I don't know. They taste different to me. I just really like mini M&Ms. And I'm not an M&M girl. I'm not like a regular Hershey chocolate girl. It has to have a little pizzazz for me. I mean, I like chocolate. I could easily go for a donut rather than chocolate. Or a nice bag of salty chips. Or a big old ice cream cone with fudge on it. I'm just not, like, I like chocolate, but it's not like, oh, I gotta have chocolate. I'm just not that kind of person. But I do love cookies and donuts and ice cream, that's for sure. Okay, that looks great. It's so sticky. I preheat my oven to 350. Now I'm gonna put them on my pan. I put about 5 on here. You want them kind of big. And so I just use a traditional tablespoon. And so when you put them on, you're gonna wanna kind of press them down, and when you come up to the bowl, kind of squeeze them to the side of the bowl, because you wanna keep them together. If they have like little pieces everywhere, when they start to bake, they won't come together. And so you'll have like super crumbly, not crummy. They won't be crummy, but they will be crumbly. So just kind of form them. And if you notice one section has like way many chocolate chips or whatever, then go ahead and just like maybe grab some that has like more dough type stuff. But I don't know, with Monster cookies, it's all super yummy, right? And I don't normally add the cinnamon chips to the cookies, but I thought, you know what? I just got done making oatmeal cookies for my family. And I thought, you know, it's kind of, I don't know, it just seems like they can go, and it actually does. They're super good. I tried a couple. I love these pans. So these are an 18 by 26, like a restaurant style pan. I get them at our GFS, it's Gordon Foods, and they have bigger bulks. Like they sell bulk spices, which is really where I get my spices, and they're huge spices. I don't know if you can see one over there. And they're really cheap. They're cheaper than getting those little tiny ones in the store. I was looking for whole cloves yesterday because I'm making some cider, and there was a bottle like this big, $5. And I was like, what in the world? So I'm gonna go to there today because there's no way I'm paying $5 for that. And I understand like some things are a lot better, but a lot of spices are good, you know? I mean, they don't have all the extra garbage in them, so, all right. I think this one needs to be a little bigger. So when you cook these, you're gonna cook them for about, I don't know, I'm gonna say 10 minutes. It's a little sticky. And when they start to, so you don't wanna take them out of the oven when they look done, because then you've overcooked your cookies. Even with like my chocolate chip, 10 to 15 minutes, when you see the edges to start to brown, pull them out. Even if the tops look like they're not done, they're gonna keep cooking because the pan's hot, the cookie's hot. And it took me forever. My husband's like, you're overcooking your cookies. You're overcooking your cookies. I'm like, but I'm doing it what he says. He's like, I said, but they don't look done. He says, if the sides are brown, then they're done. So he's actually the one that was like, you're overcooking your cookies. Stop overcooking your cookies. Take them out before you think they're done. And I'm like, I'm telling you, it's really hard to take them out before you think they're done. But it makes sense. And you know, it's okay to have them a little gooey, especially for these. They don't have flour in them. So, you know, it's more of like the oats and the peanut butter with like the leavening agents. So just be careful. Don't overcook them. Make sure you kind of keep them together when you put them on the pan. If you get some scragglers, just put them back into the bowl. But preheat your oven to 350. Make sure you wash them. Make sure you wash your cookies. Make sure you watch them because they're going to go super fast. But I love these pans. Oh my goodness. I can't even imagine using a regular size pan anymore. I just have to make so much. And yeah, there's only 10 of us, but my boys, they love cookies. I haven't been making as big of portions because my family's like on this health kick, and it's so funny because I don't know about you guys, but I feel like our family is like so predictable. Everybody's on health kicks like in September and October, and because we know what's to come. And so everybody's in the gym trying to lose weight because they know, like me, I've been really trying really hard to like watch the sugars and stuff because we know what's coming. Oh, I got one more. There we go. And then after Halloween, it's like, okay, let's get on with the baking. My kids are so funny. My family is so funny. But Robert, though, I mean, he's like, Mom, I've been eating a Monster cookie every single day. And I'm like, honey, just let me make you cookies. It's going to be way cheaper than spending $5 a cookie on, you know, every single day. But he is my cookie monster. He's the one that is highlighted in the cookie section of my cookbook that comes out next month. I wish next year. He's my highlight for that one. But the cookbook is coming along really well. We're about to turn in 50% of the cookbook here. Oh, 2 weeks, I have to turn in 50%. Man, it is a lot of work. Holy cow, it's a lot. Oh, that's my dog. I thought I saw my horse just walking through the yard. I'm thinking, oh great, I'm the only one here. My horse is not in. Okay, that looks great. Oh my goodness. My whole house smells like peanut butter. I love it. My oven is preheated. Time to get them in the oven. Get them cooking. I'm gonna surprise Robert, so I'm gonna take over his tray of cookies and drop them off on the counter. So when he gets home from work, he'll be surprised. But what's really cool about my oven is it has like nothing on the bottom, like there's no grate on the bottom, no grate on the top. It's just like the oven. So when I do convection, I can actually put a tray of cookies right on the bottom, which is super cool. So I can do three trays. So I got those 3 in. It takes about 10 to 12 minutes. And then time to get these cookies over to my son Robert to surprise him. He probably didn't think I was gonna do it because I do make promises and it takes me a couple days to fulfill those promises. But I thought today is so nice. My first batch is all done. These ones here were a little overdone. I was trying to help get the kids out the door for egg deliveries because Joshua works today. And so I didn't keep track of them very well. But they turned out good though. I have one more batch to do. These seem to spread out a little better. I kind of pushed them down a little bit. And so they seem to spread out a little better than like my first batch that I did. Now I just have one more to go. And they look absolutely amazing. So my husband, I guess he has like a gluten intolerance. So I've been really trying to really limit like any kind of like flours and things like that. I've been trying to find him bread. Just different things. And these cookies will be perfect because he is a treat guy. He's a treat guy at night. I'm trying really hard. The funniest thing ever, oh my goodness, you guys. I bought these, they're called healthy snaps. And they're like peas, like fried pea pods. And all they have is sunflower oil and some garlic salt, I think. And so I grabbed some stuff because I'm trying to be careful too. So I grabbed some black bean chips and I also grabbed some, because I'm not supposed to do corn too, I guess, which I don't eat a lot of corn anyway. And I grabbed some pea pods. They're like a, kind of like those veggie straws, but they're snap pea pods. And I said, hey honey, I'm eating fried pea pods. Do you wanna try them? He's like, ugh. I go, just try it, because once you start eating them, they do taste like peas, but you can't stop. And so he pretty much like finished the bag. And I've been trying to hide like my healthy snacks because my kids are crazy. Yeah, so they turned out good. I just have one more batch to go, and then cookies are officially done. And I can run over to Robert and give his cookies to him because it's Friday and they get off early. So he's gonna be off probably in about 45 minutes. So I wanna get these cookies done because I want them to be sitting there when he gets home. So I gotta get moving. I just grabbed the last 2 sheets of cookies out, got my oven turned off, is trying to cool off, but I've already had half of this. These, I wanna say that these are probably the best monster cookies I've ever made. Like, no lie, you guys. I mean, look how thick it is. It's so thick, and they're kind of like fluffy, and they stay together. The cinnamon chips are amazing. I've never made them like this, like ever. They've always fallen apart or been hard. You guys are gonna love this recipe. You're gonna love it. Okay, well, thank you for being a part of this perfect gluten-free monster cookie recipe. I have a little bit of my cheek right here, but I'm gonna savor it. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe. Did you get that? Don't forget to subscribe and like to our family page, Just Bells 10. Okay, and happy fall, y'all.